Incoming transmission.
Greetings, my brothers. It is I, Kaution, calling upon you from my very lair to inform you that almost all of the Regal matches have been concluded. And the time of the playoffs is upon us. Soon, my brothers, and everyone will try and wipe themselves off this planet to become number one in Regal Season 9. And then is the time for us to strike, my brothers. The time of Tiberian is upon us, and soon the cautious army will march into this world and invade Regal Minion Season 10. Also, this is a casting video.
Battle control initialized.
Greetings, commanders, and welcome to this new and exciting Regal match Season 9 of Masters League. We've got today for you Morkel in the bottom right playing as England, and we've got Happy top left playing as Germany on the map Oregano. Yes, it is. I always confuse Sonora and Oregano, but we should have a very good match here today. Guessing both are going to go for double ref here, which is pretty standard, I'd say, especially in Regal. And Happy is always a fan of conquering the middle in a lot of these matches that I've seen so far. For example, Trial of Thoughts as well, he likes to go for the hospital in the middle. Wetlands, he always likes to contest the middle. And Morkel is going to play it safe, and he's going to go for his own oil rig here. $19 for Morkel so far, so the reason why he invested a little bit more is that he probably knows that Happy is going for double ref as well. So basically that means you can pretty much delay your rocket launchers because you're not going to get an early vehicle from your opponent anytime soon. So you can invest that money instead in some more riflemen to get the upper hand on your opponent. But Happy is doing that because he, on the other hand, does not know. Morkel heard a lot of riflemen shooting the middle, so he probably thinks, alright, if Happy is confident enough to take the middle, then he probably has an army to be confident enough to take the middle. Which he does. But it's pretty quiet for Happy. He has no idea what Morkel's doing. So it could be the fact that Morkel only went for his only oil and he went War Factory first, but that's not the case. And Happy invested in some extra riflemen as well, but he has 2 oils, so he should be able to support that without stalling. And the macro timings are insane, like you can see that Happy's just 1 second ahead, but this is going to be dangerous. Alright, Morkel doesn't want to take the engagement. I was about to say he could really use the vision of his ranger to get some nice kills without Happy being able to shoot back. But now that Happy's ranger is here, yeah, let's see if he's going to try. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to move cell by cell to kill them. See? And Happy cannot see those because of the ranger. There we go. Now he's going to try and fight back, but he lost quite a bit already, and he's really outnumbered right now. Also, Morkel has medics with him as well, 3 even, and Happy doesn't have those. So Morkel is just slowly killing more and more. And Happy is there with a Harvester even. Harvester have the same armor as heavy tanks. And these are only rifles, so they're not going to do anything against this Harvester. That does slow down Happy's eco just a little bit. But he still has 4 Harvesters working right now, so that is okay, I guess. I mean, he's probably going to use that for the eco slide anyway, so it's a little bit inactive right now, but he's going to try and use it even more, and that's probably a pretty good idea. Like, there's still no rockets from Morkel, still only riflemen. Especially if you don't build the 3 rockets in the early game. And once you start producing, like normally the ratio that most people use is 15-5. Based on the academy, it's 15 rifles, 5 rockets. But if you haven't built any rockets in your early army, then I would suggest to go, let's say, do 5 rockets first and then do the 15-5 ratio. Just so you have that the rockets in your early army as well. Like, it's just pretty good. And it would have been pretty good there with the Harvesters. Alright, now they're just going to take out both oils, which is a very good idea. You don't want to have that. You don't want to give your opponent that extra economy boost. So, but Happy is still looking pretty good. Like, that Harvester tank was looking, the soaking with the Harvester has brought him back into the game, and now he has this army to spare to go for a flank and take out this oil, while he has enough army and already 4 pillboxes to deal with this army from Morkel here. And Morkel is going to reroute, but I think Happy knows that he has the time, and he changed his unit production over here. So that means, yeah, as you can see here, he's moving his units over here, so he knows that Morkel is going to launch an attack. There you go, 2 pillboxes as well. So he's preparing himself for the main, and he's like, you know, we're gonna base straight, let's see who's gonna win. And Morkel decides to reroute, but that means he's out of position. Like, good awareness from Happy actually. And he's going to do a lot of damage. He's probably going to lose his army pretty soon when Morkel armies arrive. But the damage he can do, he's going for the con. And he's going to launch a small attack here on the Harvester as well that requires Morkel to split up his forces. But unfortunately, Happy didn't cost that much. He could have took the War Factory or the SD instead, but tried to go for the Coneyard. But nice reaction for Morkel to deploy it in time, get a pillbox out there, and now that army is going to get cleaned up. But still, after all this, they're pretty much equal, but Morkel did have a good cleanup and is slightly ahead right now. And he's going to launch an attack on his own, and I've seen him do this a lot. Morkel is the reason why I put walls here. He always goes like with a small force through the shroud. And now Happy is going to launch an attack over here. The only advantage he has is maybe the range or vision, but besides that it's looking pretty even. But the difference in tanks is what's going to cause to lose that war for Happy over there. And Happy is cleaning this up as well. That's nice. But Happy took a beating over there. But he's still in good shape. Economy wise, he's doing a little bit better than Morkel, I believe. Yeah, I mean, this should have an impact later on. But double War Factory for Morkel as well. So he's going to have his tanks out just a little bit faster here. And Happy is going up to radar tech. So that's going to give him a huge advantage over here. Yep, radar tech going down. Morkel moved his main MCV out and he's on the move. Going to launch an assault, and Happy at the exact same moment is going to scout around to see what's happening. He's probably thinking to himself, it's getting a little bit too quiet for a long time now. I'm going to check where they're at. And you see that he's already moving his army to, yep, to defend. It's a pretty good hold. It's the worst direction for Happy that Morkel can attack from because of the static defenses, like. And yeah, he's going to work on that right now. But his pillboxes are still looking good, you know. Same with this. Nicely closed off. And there's not that many static defenses for Morkel actually. And from my experience, I can tell you they definitely make a difference. But radar tech can be dangerous here. We got the Blackhawks coming out, Morkel teched up as well. We're probably gonna see some arties from both players soon. But for now, Happy has the advantage. He has his Blackhawk out already. Yeah, and this is why I mean you need to wall it off, or at least put an extra turret over there. Yep. There's the RT from Happy. And there's Tanya as well, man. Happy just ticked up immediately to tier 3 as well. Morkel decides to go and defend instead. He was thinking about launching an attack over here, which would have been pretty devastating because there's literally no army over there. But I think he's too afraid of what's going to happen over here. Yep, that's what I mean. There's Tanya over there as well, leading the assault. She's up in the front, so she could get sniped if Morkel pays attention, but he's not really paying attention to it. And Tanya is killing a lot, and she could definitely take out some buildings if Happy wants to. There's pretty much nothing over here, but he's keeping it static. He should use Tanya over here as well. Yeah, there she goes. She's firing a little bit. Now she's being pretty useful, but way too late. A lot of Happy's army was already dead before Tanya started to shoot, before they were in their range. Ooh, that could have been pretty devastating, but that turned out to be pretty grim for Happy. And now he has to try and defend himself here. And there comes the second Tanya, and she can prove pretty useful. I'm guessing, yeah, Morkel should definitely back. He can't win that. Even though he has a Tanya of his own. If Happy put his Tanya in a pillbox, then he would look pretty good. But where is his Tanya? Did it get sniped? No, there she is. She was in the pillbox. So Happy survived. For now. He's a little bit behind still. But he should be able to recover from this. They're still doing pretty even in earned and spend as well. Pretty insane. Alright, that was almost a free Blackhawk, but... Yep, and Morkel's going to launch a second assault here, and Happy knows, man. He started his unit production over here, and he's going to wait. For Morkel over here. He's like, hello. Because Morkel was feeling really confident that there wasn't anything there. So the tanks were a little bit out of position, but Happy was too confident that the tanks were alone. Ooh, Longbow's coming out as well, taking out the Blackhawks from Morkel. Or was that another Longbow? I'm not sure, but I'm very glad to be able to cast this match, because I am really struggling from mid to late game right now, because that's where I have the least experience. So it's good to see how these players fight each other. Ooh, and that was a very good AA gun, taking out the... Was that a... I don't... I think it was a longbow, I'm not sure. Yes. Very nice. The RT was defended with tanks. Ooh. Chronosphere coming out, but the longbow was very efficient killing that RT, just 2 shots and it was down. The same goes for Morkel over here, taking out the RTs as well. And here comes an assault from Happy on the flanks. Right between the 2 expansions from Morkel. And Morkel is going to respond with a little bit of army here. If he can kill those 2 tanks on the move before that army comes in. Yep, Tanya's there as well. Yeah, you just want to get the hell out of there. But Happy, oh no, he lost his Tanya. He lost his Tanya. And Morkel's Tanya is still alive, so... Alright, he's going... This is pretty good idea, but Morkel is going to launch an attack straight on the middle. And that's a pretty big army over here. That looks devastating. Yep, even Happy realizes that he's probably going to need this army to defend over here. And he has Tanya as well. Is he gonna put her in a pillbox? Would probably be a good idea, else he's gonna get... Oh, he's gonna lose her for free to the tanks. That's huge. The Tanya could have been really useful against this army. Oh, Longbow's getting killed as well. That's expensive, man. That's very expensive. Tanks going in. Morkel's pretty much surrendering his tanks for free. You don't want to send your tanks out alone without your infantry, because they're just an iconic duo. They need to work together. And that's why Morkel is retreating. Because without those tanks, he is going to lose that with the boat with 2 RTs. And Happy is sneaking closer with his MCV. Very smart. He also put down an AA gun. And, oh, I was just about to say, is Morkel gonna run into it? But Morkel is turning around and retaliating. But like I said, the RTs are going to be devastating. They're going to be sniped by the longbow. Very good use of the longbow from Morkel here. Chronosphere has been activated. Alright. Guess that's, I'm not sure what happened there. Did Happy just use his own Chronosphere to like get the tanks out of the way? Anyways, Miss Nuke is coming out as well. And now things has gone a little quiet. And you can see that the entire map has turned into a complete wasteland of destruction. But here's Morkel once again. Oh, is he gonna get that longbow? Yeah, he needs to retreat that longbow if he doesn't want to lose that. Those are pretty expensive. You don't want to surrender those for free. But Morkel is not going to do anything over there. He can't fight that. There comes Tanya. He goes solo. And she is sniping a lot of these infantry. Yep, and Morkel is protecting them very smart with the tanks and the longbow, so any tank that wants to try and solo Tanya over here is gonna get a hard time. Oh, but here, oh man, and he's even taken out Happy's longbow with his own longbow, very smart. And now that infantry is pretty much screwed, because this tank's gonna die, and now Tanya's gonna step in. Well, there's another Tanya over there as well. But here she goes. And Tanya versus Tanya. Alright, another Chronosphere has been used. But I have no idea where. Oh, there they were. Okay, okay, wow, okay, I'm freaking blind, apparently. Okay, dude. But yeah, that chrono didn't do much at all. Man, Tanya is still trying to... This is so much micro and so much mental... focus that goes into small assaults like that, and it seems like there's not that much happening at all, but eventually Happy went in and met his fate. There goes a rocket. But Happy has the nuke. And he actually does. He could try and go defensive and just blow everything to pieces with the nuke. But Ben is not happy with how Happy used this Tanya. But let's see how this works out. Like, the only Morkel still has 2 longbows, so I think that's a huge difference. I mean, there are some AA guns at vital points for Happy, but still. Yeah, in terms of army value, it's looking pretty good. And this infantry is pretty much useless without tanks, and especially because Tanya is there. Another connoisseur has been used to get rid of some of the tanks, but nope. Everything is gonna get deleted, man. Infantry is going to get deleted. Tanks are getting deleted. And Tanya is just protected by this force. This blue army just sees her as a goddess of destruction, and they need to protect her at all costs. And there's Tanya, and Happy put her in a pillbox. But is it gonna work? As long as Morkel doesn't have any idea that she's there, and that's a good idea. But yeah, his forces are now completely separated to get to his main because of Tanya. This infantry can't do anything or it will get destroyed. And Tanya can't even do anything, she's going to get destroyed in the pillbox without doing anything. That's unfortunate. And I believe that is going to do it. Especially if you see what wave number 2 from Morkel is about to bring. But what an intense first game. Holy hell. Happy's going to launch an assault with his last army, but it's gonna get straight into Tanya. And that is game number 1. And we'll get right back to you, commanders, with game number 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Game number 2, commanders. Welcome between Happy and Morkel, Raggle Masters Season 9. We're playing on the map Discovery this time, and Morkel is once again playing with England, and Happy is playing as Germany. So, like I said last game, Happy likes to go for the middle, so my guess is that he's going to do that again. Yep, see what I mean? He's going for the middle every time. And Morkel is going to go for Happy's oil, but I'm not sure. That's a pretty early engineer. Yeah, I was about to say maybe he's going for War Factory first, but it doesn't seem like it. He just wants to cap that pretty soon. That's why he's probably using the engineer very early. And like I said, Happy is just going to straight away take the middle. And to be fair, especially on this map, I think I kind of agree, because if you don't get contested here, like a lot of, like it's normal, right? A lot of players go for oils in the beginning. But when there's vehicles and stuff out, like Rangers, etc., then this is a lot harder to cap, in my opinion. Plus, also people don't want you to cap this, obviously, because this vision is huge, in my opinion. This is very huge, especially if you can defend it a little bit with some pillboxes. If you move your con out over here and crawl over there with a Rex, maybe put a pillbox down there. This can give you crucial information about what your opponent is doing, and he pretty much got that for free. Same goes for Morkel about the oil, but you know, that's quite standard. Like, I still believe it's easier to cap this in the mid game, or early late game to mid game, instead of this. Especially when the expansions are happening over here and stuff like this. So, I agree. I'm not sure about why he doesn't want to go for the oil. Same goes for Morkel, I guess, but Morkel is going to check it out. And he's going to try and see if he can get the oil. And I think I kind of agree. I mean, he captured, which is supposed to be Happy's oil. So there's a lot less of a chance that his engineer will get sniped in this area. But now that the Rangers are out, that's a different story. And Morkel brought something else than his... I think he brought a rocket. I'm not sure. Ooh, and the engineer goes out all alone. And Morkel has no idea. He's trying to look where Happy's army is, and he's going to find it. He probably saw it. Yeah, he sees it. So that means that Morkel can take this out for free. But that at the same time gives him an idea where Morkel's army is, and he can take that for free. And is he going to see the engineer? No, he did not see the engineer. That's really lucky for Morkel, to be fair. But I'm also not sure of like giving up the middle for free. I mean, I guess it forces you to so that you don't have to deal with it yourself, and that your opponent has to deal with it. I guess that is pretty valuable, I'd say. Okay, this Ranger has to watch out, or it's going to get straight into... Okay. Probably noticed right on time. And Morkel built another light tank, and that light tank is going to be pretty crucial. Also a pretty big army as well. Yeah, especially with the harvesters again. He's going to lose that harvester, but yeah, that's a heavy tank, man. But that was a lot of rocket density, and both players losing their ranger right now. But that was still pretty painful for Happy. I don't think he wanted to lose the harvester right there. Don't think that was his intention. He probably didn't expect that many rockets in that blob. Yep, he's going to take... Usually I go over here, but lately I came to do the conclusion as well that this is a lot better than expanding over here. Maybe probably in the early stages. I mean, it's also pretty good to expand over here so you can harvest from both patches. But this is pretty good as well because it defends your main from one side at least, and you can apply some dominance in the middle. And if you can fortify this position and hold it, then Happy's in a pretty good spot. Yeah, what Morkel is doing is actually what I usually do. And he's going to be able to hold that. He's trying to push further, but yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. There's still pillboxes, and there's enough infantry to kill your medium tanks, so good call on Happy. Ooh, 2 refineries even over there. Man. Yep. Another great example of why backwards expanding is better than forwards. So he claimed this position, and now it's a lot easier for him to expand over here than the other way around. But here comes Morkel with a small assault, and Happy is pretty much ready. He's going to have 3 medium tanks of his own as well. He has a pretty decent infantry blob. He has still pillboxes over there as well. Yep. It's probably still pretty even. Morkel is slightly ahead though, in both economy and army as well, but he does have 2 oils. And Morkel is sniping just these medium tanks off of Happy without pretty much losing himself. He also lost the medium tank, by the way. But it's gotten pretty quiet right now, which is obvious. Like, both players are just fortifying their expansions. Morkel's on 7 racks already, so he's going to have a lot more infantry production than Happy. Happy's on 5, I believe. Yep. And that's a pretty... that could be a devastating flank. There's not that many pillboxes here, but the tanks are getting a little bit behind, so this pillbox is probably... yep, there's the pillbox. But unfortunately it's going to get pretty much destroyed without doing anything. And yeah, there's 2 medium tanks here as well. Let's hope that this medium tank can hold off. Oh man, still 1 alive. That's going to be devastating, but more pillboxes coming down. The pillboxes are going to save Happy over here, and this Conyard is going to die. Yep. And here comes wave number 2 from Morkel on the left side, pretty much outnumbering Happy as well in terms of medium tanks especially. There's still 2 pillboxes there, but with 4 tanks, those pillboxes are not going to do much. And Happy calls the GG, and Morkel just... wow, played an amazing game on this match. 2-0 for Morkel over here. Well played by both players still. Hope you enjoyed this match, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Stay cautious, and I'll see you next time.
Battle control terminated.